Predator angling is one of the most popular forms of fishing across the whole of the globe. In Europe in particular, it is massive. The competition scene as well, that's amazingly healthy, and there's an event that attracts some of the top anglers from the four corners of the earth. It's this one, the World Predator Classic. Predator anglers travel from all four corners of the globe to take part and pay pilgrimage to one of the biggest events in the Predator calendar. Anglers from kayak, street and boat disciplines invade this normally quiet and historic port town, and the streets are alive with angling spirit. A captain's dinner is held where the teams get to meet and share stories before a magnificent parade takes place through the streets and waters of Hellevoetsluis. It culminates in an opening ceremony of the event with the firing of the magnificent cannons that guard the entrance to this historic port, which is steeped in naval history.
It's an amazing event. What a place to be. What a massive water, amazing place to fish.
It's fast. It's, I guess, fast and furious, as he says, and I love fishing for these type of species. They're difficult to catch. They really are, and it's challenging, and that's what I like it.
We are excited to be here again, and it stays a fantastic event.
I like the event, that's why I'm here. I'm not so competitive still in fishing, but I like to come to the event. I love to be here, the atmosphere, and meet all the people. It's nice to be here.
It's an awesome event here, and really the best fishermen all over the world, and to fish against them, and to win this competition would be an awesome feeling for me.
If you see all the great fishermen that are here, and the qualifiers from England, from Finland, the level is going up and up and up in the last years. So for us, will be tough to to end up on top of them, but we'll do our best. We're feeling good, and hopefully we get it right this time.
There are three different classes in this event: boat, kayak and street, and all of them are hotly contested. In the kayak event, anglers take to the water in their specially designed craft, which are light, manoeuvrable and extremely good fun. On foot are the street anglers, and the event attracts competitors from far and wide. From Germany to Japan, street fishers arrive in their hundreds, and the canals around Hellevoetsluis offer them the perfect playground for one of the fastest growing disciplines of angling. The main eyes, though, are on the waters of the Herring Fleet for the boat event, where some serious horsepower, glamour and impressive machinery are on display. In the boat event, 86 anglers from 17 different nations will take part in this year's event, coming from as far afield as America to Austria, Sweden to Switzerland. The world's finest are here, and they've all got a point to prove.
This is a big one.
It's going to be tough, but it's going to be good.
I would love to win this event.
Belgian anglers Luc Coppens and Jeremy Staveman did the double in 2014 and 2015. Local anglers, they know the venue well and are feared amongst all the other teams. Last year it was the Finnish pairing of Antti Attila and Markku Tuisinen that took the honours in wet and windy conditions. This year Tuisinen has a new partner, Kimmo Mantari, and they will be a force to be reckoned with. Other pairings include Daniela Schaefer, who teams up with local angler Pierre Jonen. And there's plenty of other very, very capable and high-profile anglers, all after that pole position. Well, I've got the founder of the World Predator Classic with me at the moment, Ross. Wonderful, wonderful day. So, tell me, how does the event work?
Well, it's an event that's actually run over 3 days. There's 3 zander, 3 perch and 1 pike that the anglers need to catch per day. If they catch more than that, it's the biggest of those different species that they catch. And that then actually gives a position that they actually compete against the other anglers overall. If you come first, you get 1 point for that day. Second, down to last position. And then, of course, that starts again the next day, so it's all over again. And
so you can have a really good day one day, a terrible day the next day, and they basically balance each other out, don't they?
You got it, yeah.
So Let's have a look at the technology that's required to try and get all of these results. And you've got a lot of guys to cover out there. How do you get all the information in?
Well, what we've actually got, we've got a special app that we've designed. We've got GPS trackers on the boats, and that's something we've kind of developed over the past few years. But it's photograph, catch and release. That's actually what we're doing. We get the information straight back to HQ. We can see, verify the fish, and send the information straight back to the competitors so that they know it's good to go.
So everybody knows exactly where they are. They know where everyone else is. No, they don't know. You know where everyone else is.
We know where
they don't know where everyone else is. It's a big piece of water out there, believe me. When the boats leave the harbour, and they do it very, very quickly, they can go anywhere, can't they?
They can. It's a massive piece of water, and there's some huge fish in this particular lake.
So I'm going to put you on the spot now. Yep. Who do you fancy?
One of the teams that are competing.
Well, there we go. That was very, very diplomatic. There's quite a few here that have been up there before in this competition. However, conditions looking a bit hot. It's going to be tricky, isn't it?
Very different from last year. Last year we had storms, but seriously big storms. This year it's we've got heat time, and they're more likely to get heat stroke out there than they are anything else. Incredible weather conditions, but going to be tough fishing, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to close off with coining a phrase, really. Everyone's in the same boat. Being an international event, the people of Hellevoetsluis turn out to join in the celebrations. The boats and kayaks travel through the waters of the harbour into the herring fleet, and a parade marches through the streets. It has become traditional for fans to stand on the town bridge as the boats below rev up their engines and soak the onlookers. It's a carnival atmosphere with fancy dress, music and dancing a big part of the day. The machinery is impressive, and it's a great opportunity for some friendly fun and games and a celebration before the seriousness of competition begins in the morning. It all ends with the firing of the impressive and historic cannons that, in years gone by, guarded the entrance to the fortified harbour that once was home to the Dutch National Fleet. The World Predator Classic 2017 is now open. I've got Christian Biereth from Germany with me at the moment. He's an expert on everything to do with this place. You've fished this event before. Brilliant event, but let's talk about the herring fleet. What a great piece of water it is.
It is. It is one of the best fisheries in Europe for zander, pike and perch. And it's a big water, so we don't see any issues with boats being on one specific spot, being in the way of each other, and that's quite cool.
It's a very interesting ecosystem as well, isn't it? Because it's actually the delta where the River Rhone runs into the North Sea. So one end of it has more salt water than the other. The area at the eastern end near the bridge, that's quite open, quite clean, and the area near the western end by the dam, that's got a lot more salt. How do you think that affects the fishing?
Yeah, it has to do with the tide, and not just the tide, because the delta isn't open, there's a dam. So it's not as much tide as in the sea, in the North Sea, but there's tide, I don't know, maybe 50 centimeters. And of course, salt water is heavier than fresh water, and depending on how much wind you have, it will mix more or less. So I think it's a key that you decide where you go on what time of the day.
So let's look at the variations in types of fishing here. Some areas are very shallow, some are very deep. There are islands, there are bays, there's big, deep boat channels as well, rocks.
Yeah.
Which is your preference?
Oh, that's depending a lot on the fish. As you said, there's an island we call Bird Island. It's pretty much under the surface, and another big island. There's areas with rocks, and especially in the shallows. So there's also a lot of wheat growing this year, a lot of plants, and usually also there the water is a little bit cleaner.
The amount of time it takes to move around here, I think that takes up a lot of your fishing time. It's what, even in the fastest boats, it's 30 minutes from one end to the other.
Yeah, it's 25 kilometers, so if you go 100 with the boat, you can do it in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this is also the reason why many boats have such a big engine, to be able to go where you want to go in a quick way and have a lot of fishing time. My name is Christian Bieret and I'm the owner of Bass Boat Germany, and we import boats and also service boats and engines and trailers in our workshop. We mainly work with Mercury engines, and for the boats we have a wide range of brands that we are dealer for in Germany, which is, for example, Nitro bass boats and Tracker aluminum boats, and also Ranger is a really famous brand that we import to Europe, as well as Stratos and Triton and some other brands. Nitro boats are fiberglass and they have a really wide range. So it's actually a tournament fishing boat, so all the Nitro boats are equipped with electronics and with a Mercury engine on it, and it's tournament ready. They are really good and stable if you're fishing, and if you're going from one place to another, they can go really fast. Tracker is by far the market leader in aluminum boats. The advantage of a Tracker boat, it's all welded. It's really strong, also very durable. So also the coating outside is powder coating, so it will last a lot longer and stays shiny a lot longer. Depending on the model, the deep V boats, which are having a different hull design than a bass boat, in really rough water they are really good, but the bass boats we sell, they can handle rough water also really good, and they have the plus that they can go way faster than a deep V boat. So it depends on the style of fishing. You can find us on the internet on bassboat.de or just give us a call.